How's it going, all? Triple G here. In today's adventures with working on the F350, I am replacing the fan on it. When the had that power steering pump failure, the belt came off and the pulley came off, and all that falling into the moving parts destroyed the plastic fan on this guy. So I got to replace that before it destroys the bearings in the water pump. And in discovering how this whole thing comes apart, I found that taking off the fan clutch assembly, which all has to come out as one unit, there is quite a bit of debate on how to get this guy off. There is a kit that you can buy with a special wrench that fits right around the bolts here that hold the pulley on, and then you can get a big wrench on this giant, I think it's a 1 7/8 nut that this guy is. Apparently there's a kit that you can rent to get that. I don't have access to that right now, so I got to get it off. Another method that I've seen a few people try and use is applying an air chisel to one of the ribs on the hex nut here and just pounding on it with that. I really don't like that idea because A, you're going to chew the crap out of your nut, and B, that kind of impulsive force on the bearings of the water pump, I just can't picture that as being a good thing. So my solution is I had this oil filter wrench lying around, and I'll get you another shot of that out. I don't know where I got it. I don't know if they're even still available anymore, but it's a chain on a set of vice grips. That's it. And you can hook one of the jaws of the vice grip to any of the nibs on the chain, and then adjust it to whatever size that you need and grab onto it that way. So that's what I'm using to stabilize the pulley as I turn it, and then to get the necessary torque on there, I just used a big old pipe wrench, and then to get the additional torque and also to get my hands out of the skin flailing sharp edges of that fan, I used a 2-foot section of galvanized pipe here that I had lying around that fit on here, and it really didn't take with all that much effort with the additional mechanical advantage of that pipe to get that guy to come free. And now it is free, and I can hopefully change this fan out. And I'm going to try and do it without removing the fan shroud. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, so here I've got the fan and the fan clutch assembly completely removed off of the shaft there. One thing I didn't mention is when I was pulling that off, I had the vice grips here. They were wedged up against the idler pulley here, and that's what held that part in place where I was slamming on the big hex nut there. And doesn't appear to have done any damage. I think that is probably as good, if not better, than the rental tool kit doing it this way. I don't see how I could damage the pulley. It's got even force on it all the way around with the chain. Yeah, I think this is a superior method right here. Okay, so disappointment. Turns out you really do have to pull out the entire fan shroud and everything to get the fan out. Even though I managed to get the clutch separated from the fan in 2 separate units, but there's just no way to get either one of them out. There's no room. So the shroud has to come out. So first step I've done is I've taken the coolant bottle, removed the 3 mounting screws on that, and kind of moved it over to the side so I didn't have to disconnect it and spill all the coolant all over the place. I'm going to try and not to disconnect any of the coolant lines. This one I am going to have to disconnect right here. But hopefully this one's high enough that it won't spill all over the place. Other than that, yep, going to have to undo the shroud and pull that out to get the fan out. Oh well, continuing on. Okay, there we are. Let's see if I'm getting that or not. I'm out here in the sun, but new fan, almost $20 piece of plastic. Yay. And old fan. As I think you should probably be able to see, that guy is done, toast, over the hill, can no longer function. Would probably pretty quickly destroy my water pump if I kept running it like that. So had to go, gone it is. So hopefully this will be the last expense in the power steering pump failure fiasco. Oh well, probably would have been $1,000 if I took it to a mechanic. So I'm getting away for about 300 and a few hours of swearing. That's what having old vehicles is about. Woohoo! Always a wonderful feeling when you fire it up and she works and nothing spews and nothing falls apart. Everything looks good. I went ahead and replaced the serpentine belt while I had all that apart anyway. The old one was okay, but brand new is always nicer. You're going for maximum reliability. Alright, another success story. Okay, so just to give an overview, I can't see anything in the sun here, so hopefully I'm getting a shot of it. These were the tools that I used to get the fan clutch off of the shaft there. It says right on the shroud. I don't know if you can see this, but it'll say right on it, caution fan, right hand thread on the fan clutch. Hopefully it should say that on yours as well, or if it's a left hand. But this is the vice grip strap wrench type thing with a chain on it. I have no idea who makes it. All it says on it is Taiwan. I don't know where I got it. I'm just really glad that I have it because it worked great. This went around the pulley to hold that immobilized. Used a good size plumber's pipe wrench on the nut itself, and then a 2-foot section of galvanized pipe on the pipe wrench as a torque extension, and also to get my hands out of the way, all that sharp stuff in there so that I didn't end up, I didn't bleed at all on this project. It was pretty amazing. That's a rare thing. So that's it. While I was in there, I also replaced the serpentine belt, because may as well, because you're there. The old one was not in bad shape. A couple of little tiny cracks on it. I'll keep this around as an emergency spare, but always good to have new. And I'll keep this fan around as well, just in case the other one has a catastrophic failure and I need to throw this back on to get me that last few hundred miles to wherever before it dies. But I guess these do wear out eventually. The plastic just deteriorates and they fall apart. Freaking plastic! I don't know why they don't make stuff out of metal anymore. Oh well, anyway. That's it. Hope I was able to help a couple of people out. Hope you learned something. As always, like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it. Thank you much. Triple G out.